Good evening and welcome here to Simple Scotch Reviews. Couldn't wait on this one to do a full review. It's a new cracked bottle. Let's dive on in. So we'll try to make this a quick hitter. We'll see how that goes. So here we have Redbreast 12, the Cask Strength Edition. Before we get into it, the batch number, for those who wonder, is B121. It is a single pot still Irish whiskey, 12-year-old, bottled at 56.3% ABV. Redbreast, just clarifying going into it, my experience with them has been completely positive. To varying degrees, I like their expressions, but I've liked them all. So let's dive into this whiskey. So definitely fruit right away. Fruit hits the nose. It's kind of unique because it's that red apple for me. Yeah, let me see. Don't want to misplace it. Yeah, definitely red apple. Not a green sour apple or anything. Red apple. I'm not picking up the citrus they mention in their official tasting notes. Red apple, but then like the fruit's a mixture of fruit. It's not just one, but red apple, but also I'm getting some tropical fruits, not citrus again, but just something tropical about the nose. Definitely also picking up a wood note there. There are baking spices in there as well. But it's one of those that you just, as soon as you nose it, you're like, yeah, that's definitely an Irish whiskey. And so there's a extremely faint hint of a coppery note. I'll get to it later, but when you add water to this 56% ABV whiskey, that copper, which overall I wouldn't recommend. I'm not one of those people that's all drink it, cask strength, do that. There's a lot of cask strength ones I would heavily recommend adding water to, but this one, it does up that copper note though when you do. But we'll get to that later. So, run down of the palate quick. Like I said, fruit's the main feature, that red apple, but also tropical fruit. And red apple's not getting the upper hand either. That red apple and tropical fruit note, it's just a fruit note, getting all of it at once. That oak woody notes in the background. And yeah, if you really search for it, there is that coppery note. I imagine there might be some people more sensitive to it than others. Some might not smell it at all. Some people it might be like one of those things that triggers their nose and they get it very strong. Yeah, it's one that it is, you can tell it's 56% ABV. I found their palate tasting notes to be pretty spot on with what I got. Definitely that same fruit from the palate, or from the nose, carries through to the palate. No surprises whatsoever. Not a bad thing, just to note. There's some things that taste different than they smell, but this one's pretty spot on. Definitely got those fruits. Again, for some reason, red apple keeps coming to mind. They say fruit, baking spices, vanilla, and oak, and I'm definitely getting the fruit, spices, and vanilla. Not really getting a woody characteristic like I did on the nose, like a specific woody note, but yeah, fruit, spice, vanilla. Very nice. The finish is lingering and it's light fruit. The fruit's the main thing that for me carries over into the finish. All right, so I did mention water. I would not recommend water for this. I would recommend it from the standpoint of if it's too hot for you at 56%, yeah, add water. It's fine. It doesn't ruin it. But if you add water, it does bump up that metallic note a little bit, for me at least. And the other thing it does is it mutes the fruit a bit. Fruit doesn't come through as strong. But I do pick up more of that vanilla note, so those flavors start to show through with the water. Because I was playing around with the water before I had noted the differences. Also, it does kill the finish. The finish without water is long with the fruit notes, but the finish shortens up significantly for me when I played around with much water at all. Overall, excellent Irish whiskey. As with all Redbreast whiskeys, I don't think I ended up recommending the Listowel edition, but, we got a beggar for some whiskey. Hey, let's get down now. But no, as for the Listowel, would be the only one I don't think got a big thumbs up from me, but didn't hate it. Just wasn't up to the quality standards of Redbreast that I expect. Overall, excellent. Must try. Definitely recommend, especially if you're a high proof guy and you're big into that, and you're like, I only drink high proof. Well, if you're avoiding Redbreast 12 because of the proof, here's a cask strength version. You can enjoy it because you'd been depriving yourself of trying it due to the ABV before. Redbreast 12, I also have a review up for. It is very nice. Definitely similarities. There's obviously Redbreast connections. I don't have any to do a review. Most recently, before this one, the newest Redbreast expression I tried was the Redbreast 27. It's the port finish one. Redbreast 27 is outstanding, and for me, considering myself a Scotch guy, I'd say Scotch generally is my preference. I have lots of other categories I enjoy from as well. There's ryes I like, bourbons I like, Irish whiskey I love. Redbreast 27 is probably the best whiskey of any kind that I've ever tasted. But just to throw it out there, the 27, if you have any chance, absolutely try it. If you don't want to spend $500 on a bottle or whatever, I would definitely try it in a bar if you have the opportunity. I know it's going to be pricey for one pour, but it's worth every penny. Savor it. Just for those who are curious, the 27 was a fruit explosion. Like, there's definitely some commonality between the 12 and the 27, the 12 cask strength and the 27. 27's, I believe, pretty high proof. I think it's like, it might be cask strength, but it's over 46 for sure. That 27 there's no mistaking it is a Redbreast. It's got those Redbreast characteristics like I talked about in this one, but the 27 with that port finish is just take the fruit dial and turn that thing to 11, and it's an explosion of fruit, delicious, extremely, extremely, extremely long finish, awesome whiskey. So I guess that's my little plug for Redbreast 27. Try it. Sorry, this quick hitter got a little long, but hopefully this review helps if it's something you're considering. If you're trying to consider between the 12 and the cask strength, there is a price difference, but if you're trying to decide which to try first, for whatever reason, even when I added water to this, I need to try that. Dilute it with a little water and pour some Redbreast 12 just to compare to see if I can get it down to a similar proof how it is. You'd imagine it would be the same, but for whatever reason, if memory serves me right, it doesn't quite add up, but could be wrong. I haven't done it side by side, so it might be exactly the same. But if you're trying to decide between the two, obviously the proof is a factor, because some people really want to just go after those high proof whiskeys. Some want to avoid them, and that's okay either way. But I will add that if memory serves me correct, in the 12, and watch that review, that'd be the easiest thing to do, and then compare the reviews. But out of memory, the Redbreast 12, I get more of the fruit, or the sweet notes, and there is a little fruit there, but it's more a focus on the like brown sugary sweet notes, as I recall, and the cask strength for me is more fruit forward, and those other notes are there. I don't know if I put brown sugar in the notes on this one. But I put vanilla, and yeah, there's certainly a sweetness there. So if I didn't put brown sugar, add that one in. So this one's got those sweet notes, but it also has the added dimension of extra fruit compared to the 12-year-old. It's just more intense fruit. But hope this helps. If it's a whiskey you're considering, definitely get it. I know it can be, well, it's not found in as many places as the 12. Not that it's a exceptionally rare whiskey, rather more places stock the 12. So if you have a limited selection near you, you're much more likely to have the standard 12-year-old, which there is a review for on my page. So check it out. Like the video, please. Subscribe, and check out all the other reviews. There's going to be tons more coming. There's quite the queue here to get through. Bourbon, rye, more Irish whiskey, lots more Irish whiskey, I think. Bourbon, rye, plenty more Scotch. They're all coming. Subscribe and you'll get those when they come out. This, of course, we're at over 10 minutes now. So sorry I didn't keep the quick hitter quick, but that's to be expected at this point, I think. Like, subscribe, enjoy your whiskey, and thanks for watching.